This next exercise is called reeling silk. It's one of my favorite hip mobility exercises. I actually learned it in Tai Chi class because when you're doing it, you reel silk energy up through the ground into your body. But we're not going to be focusing on the Qigong style. We're going to be focusing on the hip mobility style. So if you have pain or tenderness or stiffness in your hips, this is the best exercise that you can do to improve your hip mobility. Let's go ahead and get started. What you want to do is you want to sit down into a low stance. So your feet are going to be about twice as wide as your shoulder. If you've got greater flexibility, then go ahead and move your feet out wider. But if you have less flexibility in your hips, you want to keep them a little bit more narrow, but the key is to get them out wide. So you start off with a wide stance. You're going to stand upright. Hips are going to be either on your hands are going to be either on your hips, or you can just rest them right on your thighs. Then what you want to do is you want to rotate one direction. You're going to be arcing this way and then turning all the way. The key isn't to turn your waist all the way. That's going to be incorporating your spine, which is a great exercise, but not what we're focusing on with this hip mobility reeling silk exercise. But you want to get those hips pushed all the way. The feet are going to stay in the same spot, but the hips are going to rotate out. And then what you do is you shift your weight to your left leg or your back leg and then begin rotating the other direction. It's a rotation with your lower body, again, not with your spine. This would be a spinal rotation. This rotation is with your hips. And then you come back out this way and then rotate out this way. This is reeling silk exercise to improve your hip mobility. One visualization that you can use if you're having a problem with getting the coordination down is to pretend like pencils, long pencils, are hanging from your knees. What you want to do is you want to draw circles on the ground with those pencils, just like this. So it looks like your knees are drawing circles with those pencils hanging from your knees. So this is what it looks like just to get the coordination down. And then once you really want to focus on improving that hip mobility, get in a lower stance and really drive that full range of motion. So you're going to come down here, come back, and then really feel that hip, the joint, really stretch out. Come back, just like this. Now I'm going one direction now. You want to do it 10 full times in that same direction. And then you can switch directions. So here I'm switching. Now my right knee is going counterclockwise. Before it was going clockwise. So you can see that. And you want to focus on doing it smoothly. That's one of the components that's going to help improve that mobility. It doesn't need to be jerky. It shouldn't be fast. Just nice and slow and smooth. Just like that. That exercise is reeling silk.